We got my main man, Ant Moore, in the building. What's up, Ant?
What's happening, my
How
brother?
you doing, my brother?
How you doing?
Everything
You all
good? How's life been treating you?
Man, I can't complain if I wanted to. If you complain, it don't matter anyway.
Ain't nobody gonna listen. Ain't nobody gonna listen. And we got a special guest today. We got my man Ricky Price in the building. What's up, Rick?
Hey, Rick.
Happy to have you here, man.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah, man.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, man.
Good, man. Can't complain, brother.
Hey, glad you're here, brother. Glad you made it.
Sure.
So we have you here today. You have a book coming out. Mm-hmm. It's called Your Wins.
Celebrate your wins.
Celebrate Your Wins. Tell me about that.
I'm super excited. I can't tell people enough about the project. The biggest thing was when you're writing a book, you got to figure out your why. Mm-hmm. Right. And my why was basically, I want to do more speaking engagements. Right. Motivational speaking has always been something that I've been really, really good at. And so when you write a book, I think it gives you more credentials. It gives you more, space, to speak more. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so then people would always tell me, Rick, your life as a basketball player, the stories, you should put that on paper. People need to know about your experience.
Right.
And so finally during COVID, 4 years ago, I started writing, put pen to paper. I had a co-writer, Elise K. Williams, and we just got after it. And it took us, forever, but it's finally here. And so really it's a story, it's a memoir about my basketball career. It's a little bit of self-help. And some of the strategies I used, the game-ready pillars to success, to really propel my career as a basketball player and as a business person. And I'm super excited about it.
So give us a background. Give us a background on
crazy.
On where'd you go to school, where you grew up at, what high school you played at, things like that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm from Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
Because I was like, when I first met you, bro, not to cut you off, nothing, but I was like, he from New York. You know what I'm saying? And then I realized, I found out you was from LA, and I was like, okay, cool. So then I started talking to guys like Baron Davis and Shea Cotton and these guys, and but yeah, man, go ahead, man. I want to hear it, man.
Well, that's an LA vibe. I mean, those guys obviously are California legends from Los Angeles. So many great basketball players come from LA. Yeah. And so, being, part of that product, you had to perform. Competition was fierce.
Definitely.
And so you had no choice but to put up or shut up.
Right.
And so, my competitive fire, I learned from playing in the streets, of LA. Right. Pick up basketball, Venice Beach, outside run. And as a result, I was able to grow and become 6'6", long and lanky, and then have the skill set, to make it, to good enough to play in college. After being a McDonald's All-American, I was able to take, my skill, talent to Duke University.
Nice.
And it was a good experience. I still tell everybody, Duke was the best 4 years of my life. It was just so much fun. Academics, the basketball, and then the opportunity to play at the next level. Being at Duke was unbelievable. And so for me, it just set the stage for who I am. And then I was able to have a 9-year, professional career, mostly overseas. And then that set the stage, for what I do now, which is training kids, skill development training, speed and agility training, camps, clinics. And I'm not an expert in too many things, but I know basketball. You understand that?
I'm still looking at you crazy when you saying that Duke stuff because Georgia Tech. But it's all good.
Little shade.
Just throwing shade, man. I'm throwing shade.
We used to bust that ass though.
We used to whoop your ass at Georgia Tech though. But it's okay. But I'll tell you this on some real stuff, bro. I'll give you your flowers on this. What you saying that about skill development. For people that don't know, like when I was in high school, Ricky would come play pickup at my high school at Charlotte Latin. And it was like when he walked in, it was a different pickup game. Because we knew what he was. He went to Duke, you know what I'm saying? And I got to match up with him as a kid. And it made me better.
No question.
So like me doing that now and coaching, now I can understand how you feel with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I can appreciate that.
Well, describe the energy when Rick walked in the gym when you were young.
It was just different, man. Like somebody from Duke is in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And that somebody that really made noise and really is a pro is in the gym. Nice. You know what I'm saying? So like it made a difference. Like, we looked up to that. You know what I'm saying? Like the ACC. Like I didn't know where I was going to college. I was young.
Right.
And I got to compete against a legend. You know what I'm saying? So like, guys like you pass that along to guys like me. And I'm passing along to the other guys. You know what I mean? And that's what really matters with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
I think what he's talking about, there's a level of mentorship.
Yeah.
And, when I train my kids, I can't really sell that. It just happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you spend so much time with these kids, now you get to sidebar conversations about, academics, about girls, about the pitfalls, about all these things that they want to know. And sometimes they're afraid to go to their parents and have these conversations. But if they see somebody who is doing something that they want to do, it's easy for them now to gravitate towards that person and ask questions. And that's exactly what happened between me and Aunt Morrow, where now, it's a big brother, little brother type situation. And I can help you get to where you want to go. And boy, did he take the pendulum and just all the way. And so, for me, it's proud. I'm a proud big brother to see him, succeed.
That's what's up. I like that. I'll be sunning in too. But anyway,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Nah, when your basketball career, I would love to hear when you first stepped on campus at Duke and you put that uniform on and you had your first game. What was it like? What was the experience like?
Well, the first thing that I noticed coming to Duke was that you're not as good as you think you are. Everybody is as good as you are. So I'm player of the year in California. I'm the best player.
Yeah, I remember that.
One of the best players in the country. I'm ranked 4th in the nation. I'm a McDonald's All-American. I won the slam dunk contest, got all these accolades. But guess what?
What?
Everybody else on the team has the same accolades. Trajan Langdon's the player of the year in Alaska. Steve Wojciechowski's the player of the year in Maryland. Jeff Capel, North Carolina. And the list goes on. And so when you get there, it's not like you're head and shoulders above everybody. You got to really find a way to carve your niche. And I tell people all the time, and you know this, that coming from middle school to high school, there's a jump.
Yes.
Yeah.
High school to college, there's another big jump.
Yeah.
And then college to the pros. But at the end of the day, that jump from high school to college is real. And you play in the ACC high level, where we played at, you got to bring it each and every day. And so the biggest thing that I had to learn was that I had to play hard on every possession and I couldn't have any lapses. And if you did, a small little lapse, lost in playing time. Lost in development, you know what I'm saying? And so you had to always be on top of your game. And I think playing at Duke taught me, that you gotta be on top of your stuff at all times.
Love it. I'm gonna ask you, bro, cause that's interesting. I get that, cause that ACC, even when I was there, it was like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know how that thing, and when you was there, of course.
Yes.
But I'm gonna ask you, bro, just 2 questions in one, and I'm gonna shut up. But what made you go to Duke coming out of LA? Because you got UCLA, you got USC, you even got you know what I'm saying? Like you got the school, San Diego, like you could have went anywhere, bro, And then that's the first part of the question. The second part was, what was your experience playing for Coach K? Because I always loved Coach K. They used to give them hell when they came to Tech when we, you know what I'm saying? And I always told him, I used to always tell him, Roy Williams, Coach Larinaga down in Miami, I used to always show them love, but definitely Coach K. Like, what was it like, that recruitment process going to Duke versus going to I know you could have went to anywhere, you know what I'm saying? UCLA, they right there in your backyard.
Absolutely.
And then your experience playing for Coach K.
Well, those are both, great questions, and I get them all the time. It's funny because my parents went to UCLA.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's where they met.
Makes sense.
Yeah, oh, wow.
That's how they know.
That's where they met.
That's why we doing this.
And so the consensus was, it's not even a question. This legacy, he's going to UCLA.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I'm a different breed. I wanted something different for myself. I think it's important for all kids, especially in college, to get away. And go away. And I'm not talking about going away to Fresno or Bakersfield or San Diego. I'm talking about get away.
Get away with it.
So I'm going 3,000 miles away, and it's not a shabby choice.
No, hell no. No, it's great.
Duke is the top 10 school academically. Socially, I got to have the HBCU experience. Central's 5 minutes away. A&T is 30 minutes away. Shaw U, St. Aug. And then obviously, basketball, you're playing in the ACC at the highest level for probably the best coach in all of college.
Yeah.
And so to me, Duke checked all the boxes.
Right.
And so to me, the decision was easy. And then the second part of your question is playing for Coach K. I mean, listen, we talk about the best coaches in all of team sports. You got your Bill Belichick's, you got your Phil Jacksons, you got your John Woodens, you got your Coach K. He's in that conversation.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
what I tell everybody is that I think he's comparable to everybody else in terms of X's and O's.
Yeah.
He's not going to diagram something that you haven't seen before.
Right.
But where Coach K stands out above the rest is how he motivates his players.
Right.
His motivation tactics are bar none. I mean, for whatever reason, he can find ways to get you to play above your level.
Right.
And when you got Elton Brand, Kyrie Irving, Zion Williamson, Marvin Bagley, Jason Tatum playing above their level, I mean, you get an unbelievable product.
That's a fact.
And that's what Coach K was able to do at the college basketball level and for USA basketball. And he was easily the best coach I ever had.
That's what's up, bro.
Do you find yourself with your mentorship when you're doing the training with the youth? Do you use some of his stuff that he's given you over the years?
All the time. Sometimes I find myself in a training session saying things that he said to me. I'm like, what have I heard this? And one of the things that I do in my training session, this as a coach, most coaches use a whistle.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Coach K never used a whistle in practice. He always just used his voice because he wanted us to get used to hearing his voice.
Yeah.
And so when he wanted to get our attention, he'd be like, yo, yo. And he said it real loud and everybody would stop and then turn and look to him.
Yeah.
But he never wanted people to react to the whistle. He wanted you to react to his voice.
Right.
And that's how he coached. And I find myself in training sessions, I don't use a whistle. I want the kids to understand and
Know
hear
your
my
voice. That's what's up.
That's real, bro. That's real. That's real. Because you're in the game, you're going to listen to that. You're not going to listen to you're going to hear that voice when it's 20,000 people screaming. You're going to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That's real. But stuff like that is what I was asking you about Coach K. Because, the last time I got to play against him my senior year at Tech, the last time we played against Duke, they beat us in the ACC tournament. And I got to shake his hand, and I held his hand and said, look, I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's love.
I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna ever get to play against you. I know I'm not gonna be USA or nothing. But I'm like, I just want to let you know I respect you. I didn't like you all the time, but I respect you. You know what I'm saying? But he's the quintessential coach. Like everything that you're looking for in a coach.
Absolutely.
That's dope that you got the opportunity, bro.
Well, I just learned so much from him. And then, he has a military background, Army background. And so now we're talking about accountability.
Right.
So now Nick Saban does this too. Well, you're not just teaching young men how to play basketball. You're teaching them how to be
Men.
Be men and be accountable for your mistakes. There's a certain way that you train, that you compete, and that you win. Right. This don't happen overnight. You have to do these steps. You know what I'm saying? And someone has to teach you that. And I thought he was one of the best motivators and teachers in that regard.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's great at that, man.
Awesome.
Real.
So for the audience, can you name some of the players you have a historical history in college, but for the people that are not aware of who we have in the building right now, can you explain some of the players you played with and your experiences playing in the time that you were jumping out the gym?
Absolutely. Well, in college,
everything.
High school.
Give me everything.
Well, like I said,
McDonald's All-American, you had the guys.
You All-American.
We already gonna get into the debate about the draft class.
I got you.
We're gonna get into that, the high school class, but go ahead.
I got you. Well, coming from LA, obviously, you know this. There's so much great talent coming from LA. So when I was a kid, just like you say, you looked up to me. Yeah. I had people that I looked up to. So there was, Jason Kidd from Cali. You know what I'm saying? More up north than Southern California.
Yeah,
Kevin Ollie was at Crenshaw. And then my immediate class, counterparts were 1 year ahead and 1 year behind. Jock Vaughn, Charles O'Bannon.
Vaughn out of Kansas.
You know what I'm saying? Jock Vaughn was unbelievable, man. He was
that's what people need to know, man. People don't know how good Jock Vaughn was.
Yeah,
Bro,
it was nice.
Tell them people how good Jock Vaughn was,
I
bro.
was so upset because I felt that when he got to Kansas, that Roy Williams, who was at Kansas at the time, changed this game and reined it in. Jock Vaughn was electrifying. He was
right
must-see TV, getting the ball, pushing, no-look passes. I mean, he was unbelievable. And Charles O'Bannon with the hops, Ed O'Bannon with the hops.
Yeah, the twin.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
In my
bro.
class, you know, Toby Bailey, Jelani Gardner,
Yeah.
you know, Trayvon Folk. I mean, it was so many great plays. Shea Cotton later on, Baron Davis later on. And so that era of Cali basketball was some of the best basketball in the country. And then you get to Duke, and you know the ACC is loaded. And now I get to play against Tim Duncan for 3 years. I get Rasheed Wallace and Jerry Stackhouse for 3 years.
Boy, you had them dogs.
Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson. I get
Stephon
Marbury. I get Joe Smith. You know, and the list goes on and on and on.
Hey.
And so there were no days off in the ACC.
It's never.
You know this.
Bro, it was like Raymond Felton, Rashad McCants, like it was all of them, Shao May, it was Sheldon Williams, JJ Redick. It was no time you could just chill, no game.
It was on go.
Justin Gray, Chris Paul, like it was no days you could just be like, nah, you know what, we gonna just be all right today. Nah, bro, they own you.
They own you.
The ACC,
own you.
The ACC is definitely taking a step back. But when we played, the ACC
it was
was
crazy.
undoubtedly
I used to watch it.
the best player, the best conference in America.
Yeah.
You know
It
what I'm saying?
wasn't
And so
close, man.
as a result, man, and then, you know, playing at Duke, you know, and no disrespect to any other colleges, but it's almost an extension to the pros. Because, you know, all of our games are on TV, 30 game schedule, 30 games on TV.
Yeah.
And then our non-conference games are just such a big time. I'm playing against Ray Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, are you serious? And UConn, I'm playing against Ray Allen, playing against Indiana, Kansas, and all these big time. And so now, you know, because of the microscope and because of the, you know, platform, you know, you just get all the eyes are on you. And every game that you play against Duke is circled on everybody's calendar.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so we get everybody's best shot.
Yes. Y'all was like the Patriots.
Yeah.
Some shit.
That's crazy.
Like, hey, did y'all ever play against Georgetown? Like you play Allen Iverson?
I didn't get to play against Allen Iverson. I did in middle school. Yeah. But Iverson was unbelievable at Georgetown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that.
Yeah,
You know what
we
I'm
gonna
saying?
get to that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So with that, your transition at being in Duke, I always wanted to ask, how did those guys with it? This is me being ignorant because I'm from up north, and you know, like my team was St. John's.
Okay.
So you know, I Chris Mullen, Mark Jackson, you know, I was more Big East.
Gotcha.
Than ACC, but one of my favorite players back then was Tony Rutland. I remember him in ACC.
Yeah,
I love Tony Rutland. Tony Rutland's game, Randolph Childress, Wake Forest. I used to watch them a lot. But going against these guys, and this is a question for both of you guys actually. In that division, what was your mentality as far as, like you just said, you had to be ready every game. You had to be on your P's and Q's. What were some things that got you guys riled up and made you guys get up for a game? You know, type of music, type of vibe, type of, you know, energy.
For me, I think it was just a competitiveness in practice. You know, Coach K did a great job of making our practices so competitive that I felt like games were easy.
Right.
And then look who I'm playing against in practice.
Yeah.
I'm Elton Brand, Shane Battier's guarding me, Trajan Langdon, Chris Carrawell. And so the guys that I'm playing against each and every day in practice are pushing me to the level that we felt games were easy.
Wow.
And so now we're ready to compete against Vince Carter and Antoine Jameson, Stackhouse and Rasheed Wallace, because our practices were so competitive.
Wow.
And, you know, and that's how you win. You got to be able to compete at a high level and hate losing. You know, one of the things that I hated about Duke was when we lost games, it felt like a morgue. You know what I'm saying? It felt like, even though it's a 30-game season, one loss and everybody's just like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? You lost your dog. And so it's like, it's crazy, but that's how competitive it was. And now you have to figure it out and try to, you know, do better in the next game, but game to game, you had to bring it.
That's what's crazy, bro, because I didn't go to Duke, but when y'all lost, we felt like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. It's crazy. Like Duke lost.
Yeah.
We know what they feeling. We feel it. You know what I'm saying? And this is because of the standard. You know what I mean? Like Coach K brings that standard. Y'all brought that standard.
Absolutely.
You brought that. Like all of you guys.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But for me, it was like playing like charged up. You know what I'm saying? Like we in a different kind of time when we was playing, of course. So it was like, you know, I'm listening to like Waka Flocka when I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm turned up, listening to T.I. for the game. I'm in Atlanta, you know what I mean? So like it was that, but it was like when we get to see a Duke come into, you know, to us, like to come to Georgia Tech to play us, or North Carolina or Wake Forest or NC State, we own one. You know what I'm saying? And it was like those was the games. Like I used to love playing against teams like Duke and Carolina because the plays don't matter no more.
Yeah.
Right.
You just gotta go out there and let's see who can hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those was the games I used to love that, bro. We gotta see who really got it. Who gonna do something? Like them plays don't matter no more.
Right.
The ESPN in here, I see all these people. Yeah. Now the plays after the first few possessions, the plays don't matter. So let me see if you can really hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Rick?
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. I mean,
But that's real talk, bro.
yeah, it was sensational, man. It's the talent that was in the ACC.
Yeah.
That we had to go against each and every night, man, it was unbelievable. No nights off.
No nights off at
Nothing.
all.
No nights off.
not
That's
one.
crazy.
Real.
That's crazy. Did the lights ever get y'all?
Nah.
Nah. I talk that shit. I talk that. Lights
Lights
never got it.
Lights
Never got it.
were never too big. But I will say this, and you'll notice as a basketball player, whenever it's a big game, I think you should feel nervous.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah.
You know, and so I've had times where I had butterflies, you know, before the game started. But something happens when the referee throws that ball up for the first
Once
time.
you start
the
sweating,
game, it's just we in it. We
It's
in it,
on.
and I'm good.
Yeah, I'm all right. Cause I need to see it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
That's the fun part. That's the beauty of playing in the ACC. Cause you get to play against them guys, and then you get to like really go at them. And the cameras, none of that matters. I want the crowd. I want to hear it, but I want to see what you gonna do. You know, Rick, no. Talk to Rick. Let's talk to Rick.
Celebrating Your Wins is the book that you have coming out November 8th. What do you feel? I know it's available on Amazon. You have it available via Audible as well. What is your favorite chapter in the book?
That's a good question. You know, I think the first chapter is called Rap City. And I started in the very beginning, and people don't know this, but you know, coming from LA, there are things that we love to do at lunchtime. Right. We was on the rapping.
Yeah.
We was dancing. We was having a good time. Basketball at lunchtime. And so, you know, just the times that I had. And basketball brings people together still. And you'll say this too, I'm sure. The people that you meet from the game become your best friends. Because you're around them all the time. Your teammates become your best friends. Yeah. And so just, you know, sharing those moments on the park, trying to get my first dunk, shooting on double rims, having a perfected jump shot, knowing that, rims. You know, if that shot is off, it's a little bit boing, and it's going, it has to be straight in on double rims. Right. And so these are just the childhood memories. But, you know, I think my parents did a really good job of keeping me away from the streets. You know, I grew up in California, Los Angeles, California in the 80s. You know, and that's when I'm a young child, and the gang violence is at its highest level. And so when I get older, you know, into the 90s in high school, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that you could get into. You know, Biggie said it. He said it best. Either you sling, crack, rock, or you got a wicked jump shot. You know what I'm saying? And so that was my life in LA. And I think my parents did an incredible job of keeping me centered and keeping me away. And then I felt also, and I said this before, is that the streets gave me a pass. You know what I'm saying? They see that you're a young kid. I always have my basketball. I'm dribbling up and down the street. And so now they tend to be like, you know what? He about to do something with his life. Right. You know, we're not gonna mess with him. Yeah. We're not gonna taint him. Right. And they gave me a pass because I definitely wanted to hang out, but you know, they wouldn't let me. And so I think My parents keep me on the straight and narrow. The streets, in a way, rejected me. You know, gave me the opportunity that some people in Southern California didn't have, and that's, you know, drugs, violence, jail, or a combination of all three that could derail your career. And that didn't happen for me, and that's why I was able to kind of slip through the cracks.
And that's, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Cause you know, I'm from Charlotte. I'm from West Boulevard. It's the same type of element.
No question.
And it's the same type. My mother made sure I didn't get caught up in that, and the guys made sure I didn't get caught up in that. And that's the thing, bro. That's a hero aspect that you can make it out of that shit. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys I know couldn't make it out of that because they didn't have the guidance or the streets pulled them too much over to them.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? So to make it out of that and stay in the middle of the road and be successful like you are, that's different. You know what I'm saying? That's love. You know what I mean? That's God.
Yeah, you know that, you know, and you know this. In LA, the best players, you don't even know. You never heard of them because they didn't make it. They was on the street. So we know about the guys who made it to college and we watch play on TV and the guys who made it to the NBA, but there's a whole slew of guys you be like, yo.
Sydney, Billy Hoyle.
This dude was unbelievable.
It's a joke.
I mean,
White man can't jump.
Don't let him just
got me. The cap right here?
Throw the cap on. Nah, go ahead. I'm listening, brother.
And so, you know, I'm just saying that it was so many guys that, you know, just didn't make it because of what we're talking about.
Right.
So, you know, you have to have talent, obviously, but you have to have a little bit of luck.
And drive. A lot of drive, though, too.
Drive and determination, you know, plays a huge part in that as well.
Yeah.
That luck and that taking advantage of your opportunity mean a lot. Because that opportunity gonna come. You gonna be ready. Mama love, stop laughing at me. No, that's real though.
Another thing I want to ask you guys too is like, this is a question for both of y'all. It's like, academically, was it challenging? You know, like, of course you had the skill set of playing ball, but then coming from where you guys came from and then actually going to college, both Georgia Tech, Duke, were you academically challenged? I know coming from me, being from New York City, coming out, going to college or whatever, you don't get the proper education in a lot of inner city schools. Was it a challenge for you academically, or did you fit right in, or was it a, you know? And then plus you also got to play ball too, right? So
you went to a good school too, bro. What you talking about?
Well, no. I did, but I still went to public school, and it wasn't up to par. So my mom put me in I went to an all Jewish private school. And my mom put me in a school, and it actually helped me. I learned Latin in 7th grade. I had to.
See what I'm saying?
But my mom actually had the resources to do that. A lot of us don't have those resources, you know. And you guys have the gateway of having that talent, but coming from the inner city as well. You know, they don't give us the same education that you would get in a private school. So going to a Duke or a Georgia Tech, those are great schools. How did you guys adjust, and how did you adjust?
Yeah, you know, it was tough. I was actually a pretty good student in high school, 3.0 student coming out. But Duke is a top 10 school academically in the nation. You know what I'm saying? And when I was there, it was teetering between 5 and 10 the whole time. And so we're talking about Harvard, Yale type status. You know, academically. So it was very, very challenging to be a student athlete, you know, during that time. You had to really, you know, work at it. Obviously, I graduated, major in sociology and minor in history, but it was not easy.
Of course not.
It was not easy. And so, you know, the definition of student athlete, man, was very, very tough with the rigorous schedule that we had as a basketball player at Duke. But, you know, there's some support staff to help you through. And then you got to just buckle down at different times and just get through.
That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie. I'm an English major at Georgia Tech, so I'm like, I went to Charlotte Latin, though, through the grace of God. So when I got into Latin, it was like you in college before college.
Gotcha.
So I got to understand, like, the balance between being a student athlete.
Gotcha.
You know, but I would have never understood that if I didn't go to Latin. You know what I'm saying? So it prepared me immensely. So when I got to Tech, it was like, okay, this is different because it's college and there's more freedom and all that. It's not high school. Mama ain't down the road no more. So you got to be more responsible. but it prepared me for the workload with the work and being a basketball player. And it was hard as hell. Cause it's an institution. It's not a university. You know what I'm talking about, Rip?
Absolutely.
So it's like, you got to go there. You got to be locked in already. They don't care about that basketball shit. You got to make sure you understand both sides of it. You know what I'm saying?
So
that's all good.
And with that also, being in those great institutions, especially Duke or whatever, did you besides the basketball players that you played with, can you tell how important it is to have to foster relationships with other people as far as having those connects later on, networking down the line?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that you meet so many people, and that's why it's important that you leave your bubble. You're from New York, you're from Charlotte, I'm from LA. And so if I stayed in LA, I would never know what else was outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy that I was able to leave LA, go across the country, and here I still live in North Carolina. After being in Duke. I never went back to LA because I found that my life is here. You know what I'm saying? And that's because of the great people that I met, the good friends that I have, the experiences that I had. I enjoy the East Coast life. Now, I'm LA born and bred, Sure. If I win the lottery, I'm here to tell you I'm going back. but for right now,
to the crib.
for right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm here, and it's because I left the bubble and I got to see what else the world had to offer.
That's what's up.
And I think that's important.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, man.
dope, man.
Yeah, it's like it's very important that you get outside your bubble. Like I never would have met you if I'd have stayed in my situation. Same with Ann or whatever. And I think it's very important that people leave their comfort zone to experience new things. And I'm big on traveling. I think people should travel outside the country, see how, especially black men are viewed outside the country and outside of the world. I think it's very important. I tell my kids that. I tell youngsters that all the time. Get out. See the world, Don't spend. You can spend it on cars, but all that stuff don't matter. Like just experiences in life, it's very important.
That's a huge. I'm gonna tell you, that was a great. My mama told me when I was young. My mother, she was like, I don't ever want you to think that you will never move and be outside of West Boulevard, Charlotte, North Carolina. And I didn't know what she meant by that when I'm like 11, 12 years old. Right. And she used to let me go in different cultures, like homies' houses, sleep over sometimes and stuff, people she trusted. And I didn't realize it until I end up going to private school and getting around different cultures.
Absolutely.
Like, we gotta preach that more as black men with our children.
Yes, definitely.
With people we trust our children being around.
Yes.
Because a lot of kids never think they're gonna leave the projects. No. To this day. And I can't believe it. That's a big point, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta embrace that, and we gotta make sure that we move in that space with our kids, because some of them may not be able to move out of the projects. Yeah. But if you don't give them the opportunity to do it or be around different cultures, they ain't gonna never see nothing different. You know what I'm saying? That's a good point.
Yeah, I think it's important that we is learn and unlearn.
That's
behavior.
hope right there.
Unlearning that behavior. It's very important, and not everybody has that opportunity to, get out like Ann says. Celebrating your wins. I love this title very much. What was your inspiration behind naming the book after that?
Yeah, so we talk about a lot of things that go wrong in your life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I can't believe, you know what I'm saying, that happened. I can't believe I did that. How am I going to fix it? All right, I understand that. That's cool, and those things are important. But I think a lot of people don't take time to celebrate when they do good things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you graduate, when you become a father, when you just land that promotion. You know what I'm saying? When something happens really good in your life, you shouldn't fall by the wayside. You should celebrate that.
Yes.
And it may not have to be for a long time. Maybe it's just for a day or two.
Yes.
But you need to celebrate some of your wins, and that's kind of where the thought process of that came about. As a basketball player, I had a lot of wins. I had a lot of wins.
Yeah, because you went to Duke, man. Y'all was cheating. Y'all was cheating. No, I was playing.
Well, but I also failed. Quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just part of the maturation of a basketball player and of a man. But if I just dwelled on the things that I failed at and didn't do well at, I don't think I would be as successful. But when I celebrated some of those wins, I think it helped me keep me grounded. Like, okay, I can do this. And so part of the book is to teach people that they should celebrate their wins.
Hey man, you know what I always say, man? Every day of my life, big wins, small wins, all wins. No losses, just lessons.
That's right.
That's why I love that title of your book, brother.
I appreciate it.
That's love right there.
I appreciate it.
You know I'm going to read it. The audio and the regular. I'm on it. I'm on it, brother. Real talk, though, man.
So playing at Duke, or what was the toughest guy you had to guard? Best game you had? Give me some stories. Man.
Me?
Give me some stuff.
Me, probably. No, I was
he was tough.
I was a baby, man. I couldn't do nothing.
Nah, I mean, there was so many great guys. The guys I mentioned before. I played against Tim Duncan, but we didn't play the same position. So I'm not really matching up against him. But I mentioned a guy earlier. I had to guard Ray Allen.
Yeah.
He was a tough cover.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? He just how to come off screens. At that time, this is a young Ray Allen, so he can come off the bounce. He'll boom it on you.
He'll boom it on you.
Yeah,
He'll
the
dunk
thing.
it.
He'll boom it on you if need be.
UConn.
The pretty stroke. Stephon Marbury off the bounce was tough.
Big Tech
Trying to
stuff.
stay in
Big
front
Georgia
of him.
Tech.
I remember him, having 3 points in the first half.
Yeah.
And I think I got him bottled. And then he erupts for 26 in the second half.
Who, Steph?
Yes, 29 at the game, and they beat us in Cameron. You know what I'm saying? And he was just unbelievable off the bounce.
Yeah.
Who were some other guys who were
You
tough?
played against Vince
I played against Vince Carter.
and Jerry. You didn't play against Jerry.
Yeah, I
Stack.
played against Jerry
Jerry?
Stackhouse as well.
Oh yeah. Them
Both of those were, different type players. Stack was just aggressive and just in kill mode all the time.
Yeah.
And Vince athleticism was just otherworldly.
Yeah.
He had a dunk against us on an out of bounds play. Ed Cota just throws that thing out. He jumps over everybody and just, and he was just otherworldly athletic.
Yeah.
And so when you're playing against a guy like that, you're limited to and I was super athletic.
Yeah, I heard you got bounced.
Yeah.
But super and otherworldly is different. You know what I'm saying? It's different levels.
Yeah.
And so, some of those battles that we had with Carolina were just unbelievable. They usually got the best of me when I was in school. But, since then, it's always been a tiff and taff.
Yeah, back and forth. Yeah.
So it's that's a great rivalry.
That's what's up. Your favorite basketball movie?
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
So many.
Give me.
I can't wait to hear this. Rick, what's your favorite basketball movie, man? You from LA?
That's tough. That's tough. I'm gonna go with Above the Rim.
I like it.
Above the Rim.
I like it.
What you know about that?
Come on, man. I ain't that young.
It's Kyle Shepard, baby. It's Kyle Shepard.
Come on, man.
That's my best one.
Cowley, what kind of country name is that?
Right.
Tupac in there, man. You know what time it is.
I'll say above the Rim or Blue Chips.
Blue Chips was good.
Blue Chips was crazy.
Blue Chips was
Blue
crazy.
Chips is crazy. Yeah.
Anthony Hardaway.
Penny and Shaq.
Shaq was in
But the
there.
story about how Shaq got Penny in that movie and got him drafted.
Yeah. Yep.
I was like, that's a whole different time
They
to
had
be
go
alive
back
right
down
there,
to New
bro.
Orleans to get Shaq out of
Algiers. Algiers.
I'm a huge Lakers
Shaq was
fan,
out
so
there
I love
on the rubber rims.
getting it.
Man, what?
Yeah, no. Above the Rim is my favorite. I love. Yeah, I used to try to emulate those moves from Cal. Man, I love. And they do Montrose.
Montrose, yeah.
Montrose, he's killing it.
He going to North Carolina. Nah, Above the Rim was one of the movies where it was like you could still go to like a club or something like that and be like, hey, play the Above the Rim soundtrack.
Right.
You see what I'm
One of the
saying?
best soundtracks of all time.
What?
Yeah,
The
it was.
Tupac?
About to take it to your face,
Yeah.
Take it to your face, Take
A whole different situation, boy.
Yeah,
You just had to be there.
Classics. How you feel about this whole Caitlin Clark thing in the WNBA as far as her winning rookie of the year And Angel Reese only getting one vote.
That's a good question. I mean, you know, Caitlin Clark is for real.
Absolutely.
There is no question she can flat out hoop. And, you know, people see the shots and how far she shoots from, but I think her best skill is passing. She's an incredible passer. Pick and roll, she finds you right in stride. I mean, she's really good. But the biggest thing that she's done for the WNBA is bring viewers, bring viewership, bring more eyes to women's basketball.
Absolutely.
And she's done that at a level that no one has ever seen before. And that's where the haters are starting to come out.
That's where it's
You know what
at.
I'm saying? Because like,
lurking.
why is everybody so focused on her? Well, one, she's good.
Yeah.
And the timing is just right. And she has WNBA at the highest level that it's ever been. And it's just a matter of time before she becomes even better. She gets her team involved, and you know, and she becomes a WNBA champion.
That's a fact, man. And I agree. You know, I said like some of them, I'm like, yo, some of the media with the WNBA, I'm like, yo, y'all dropping the ball, bro. Like, leave that alone. Like, she has brought more visibility than anybody in the history of the NBA I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got great Maya Moore. Like, we got a lot of people that Diana Taurasi. Like, we got a lot of people that's been great. Cynthia Cooper and all them. Rebecca Lobo, everybody. But bro, we ain't never seen nothing like this girl. Let that rock. Everybody gonna make money.
How was it different when you guys played when it was when you were with women's basketball in college? Like how do you see the transition of how that was back then to where it is now? Are they more athletic? Or are they more like
It's just
better all around players? Or the game is the game?
It's just social media. Caitlin Clark comes at a perfect storm.
That's a
Where,
fact.
Viewership was already on the way up, but it just needed a couple players to take it above and beyond, and she's that one. And even as great as South Carolina's been in women's basketball, their story is not better than hers.
It's not nothing.
It's not better than hers. Some people say, well, it's racial. She's white. You know, she got game.
Man,
White,
got nothing.
black, green,
Yeah,
yellow.
man.
She can flat out play.
If you can hoop, like,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
just, like, it's just different.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's the perfect, like you said, the perfect situation for the WNBA.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Let it grow. Everybody's going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she does. Like, seriously. You see what I'm saying? Like, stop talking shit about her. Like, she's good. She can really play.
Yes.
She can pass. She can score.
Right.
She can shoot. Leave it alone.
Right.
Because if you keep messing with it, you're going to taint something that y'all been waiting for
a
for
while.
30 years or something like that. Leave it alone.
So now, as a result, sponsorship is starting to, come
Exactly.
into play. Salaries are going up. You know, they used to fly, believe it or not, commercial.
Facts.
They used to fly commercial.
Yeah.
The WNBA.
Spirit Airlines.
Right. So now they're starting
Regular.
to get
Yeah, it was
charter
going
flights.
Spirit. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're starting to get charter flights. And so, all these things are helping the WNBA, and I think it's great.
It's beautiful. I love it. I'm like, man, let her be. Don't talk bad about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand. It's going to be some haters. It's going to be something going on. That's fine. That's going to be Mike. They hated on Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like let her do what she need to do, and watch if you see the numbers of the WNBA
Right.
since she came into the league,
It's crazy.
and she's it's like no ego, nothing. She's just coming there and she like, I just want to play. I just want to.
Just want to do my thing.
And you in Indiana, she the most famous player in Indiana. Pacers, whoever, Colts. She's her. Let it rock.
Right.
That's what it is.
So we need to celebrate her wins.
Yes.
I'm gonna get her a jersey. Let's start there.
What size you getting, man?
I'm probably I'll get an XL.
Everybody like a Brazil.
bro. XL. Get an XL on it.
What do you guys think about my Knicks getting Karl Anthony Towns?
I think the Knicks got better, but they're still not going to be good enough. They're still not going to be good enough.
Sonya, cut the camera.
That's crazy.
We're gonna redo that tape.
Nope.
I don't see them beating.
Rick said it.
Boston. I don't see them beating Boston,
We could have beat Boston last year.
and I don't see them beating Philly.
You feel like they'll be?
Embiid broke knees.
No, they got Paul George over there though.
Paul George now.
Yeah. It's a different situation over there.
I forgot they got Paul.
So you're not throwing the ball to Tobias Harris anymore. It's the Paul George.
And they got Maxey.
And they got
Maxey a problem.
You know, he was like 26 last year or something like that. He a real one. He a real all-star.
Yeah.
You see, I don't even know if they get past. Look, I feel like they good. I don't know if they're going to get, I don't know if they'll get past a healthy Milwaukee.
Oh, I forgot about them.
Because Dame on one.
I think they on decline. Man.
Nah, I think Dame finna be on. Nah, y'all go figure it out.
I think they on decline. We got.
Did y'all trade Julius Randle with that, right?
We need to get rid of Julius Randle.
Didn't y'all trade him?
Yeah, we traded him in what's it?
DiVincenzo.
Yeah, we got rid of him.
We gonna see.
We gonna see. I mean, we if we didn't have injuries, I think we would have made it to at least against Boston last year. You know, I mean, we had a lot of injuries. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's better than y'all Hornets. But anyway,
I'm not out. But what are you being y'all? Like, what are you talking about? I'm not even. God.
I had to throw a little spicy, spiciness in there. I gave the Hornets
That's what
8
you
years.
Knicks fans do, man. Just
I gave the Hornets
make
8
everybody
years
feel
season
bad
tickets,
because of
man.
no reason.
So your game. I want to get into your game. Rick, what do you feel your strengths were in your game?
Oh, that's simple, man. You know, I was excited to watch, run the floor, athletic, high
Bouncy.
flyer, slasher.
Mid-range, crazy.
Had a really good mid-range game. So I never was he was a great three-point shooter. I never was a great three-point shooter, but I had a really good 1 and 2 dribble pull-up and mid-range game. And then with that, you put it all together, and it created a problem for some people. You know what I'm saying?
Talking spicy.
Nah, go ahead tell people what it was. It was really like that.
Talk that.
You ain't a McDonald's All-American and go to Duke if you ain't got that thing with you.
What was your best spot on the floor to shoot from?
I love the baseline.
Baseline?
Yeah, I used to operate on the baseline a lot. Nice. You know, there's no help on the baseline. You can get there. If I can get there before the help comes, I can finish at the rim. The jump shot is there. At Duke, they had to change that because they wanted me to drive more middle.
Yeah.
See, middle was more of a team play. When you go baseline, it's just for you.
Yeah.
You can't really do much out of that. You go middle, now I got options. I got me, I got, you know. So, you know, I just tried to just be, and then what I learned, I think, is defensively. You know what I'm saying? If you want to really extend yourself and be a true, you know, true basketball player, you got to play on both sides of the ball.
Right.
So coming to Duke, you know, I was able to learn how to really play defense and use that athleticism to disrupt and be in the passing lanes and get steals and deflections.
Right.
And, you know, I really was happy that my game developed on that side of the floor.
Okay. That's what's up.
And
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
So basically you're saying when you got to Duke, you learn a lot more about defense.
Well, for me, I mean, Coach K was a defensive coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you didn't play defense, you wasn't going to play.
Don't play.
And so it's real simple. You know, I could put the ball in the basket, but if I can't stop nobody, my minutes is going to decline.
Right.
So I better learn how to slide these feet.
Move them puppies. Shout out to my brother Cuffs the Legend. My brother Cuffs the Legend. Move them puppies.
Yeah. And then it's so gratifying because in 1996, I was voted Defensive Player of the Year on the team. And
Damn, for real? That's what's up.
I mean, I had all the tough defensive assignments. And, you know, coming from Los Angeles, I didn't play no defense. And so, you know, being
West
good on that
Coast
side of
offense.
the floor, I think was really one of the most gratifying things that I was able to do.
That's what's up. Being from LA, you know, I know New York City is most known for guards.
You see how you said that? You see how you
See how you try to tap the pen and all that shit? Like, I peeped that, bro.
We known for the guard game. But what do you feel like LA and like how would you group players from like LA, Midwest, Texas? Because I remember when I played a little bit back in the days in high school.
Right.
But I remember I went out to New Mexico and I played against this kid. He was 13 years old. I was 16, and they called him the Hammer. He's like a grown ass man, 13, right? And he was big, and you know it got. But how would you group players from different areas, different zip codes, and their strengths?
That's a great question, and you know I think LA, and you'll agree to this. LA is known for getting up and down. You know everything is fast break. up and down. You know what I'm saying? I remember playing against UCLA my freshman year. This is 1994, 1995.
Yeah.
And we played against them at UCLA, and they ran us off the court.
Wow.
Beat us by 25 points at UCLA, ended up winning the national championship.
Yeah.
Tyus Edney, Ed
Tyus
O'Bannon,
Edney,
Charles
Ed O'Bannon,
O'Bannon, Toby Bailey, J.R. Henderson, Chris Johnson. They ran it down our throats. And so LA is known for getting up and down the floor. I think East Coast basketball is more a physical brand of basketball.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? To get after it, it's more technical. You know, the scores are probably going to be lighter, but, you know, real technical. I remember the first time I played against a cat from D.C. And I got to see a real D.C. crossover. Boom, Yankee.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was seeing. And that's what I'm telling you. You got to go outside your bubble.
You got to go
So you
outside.
can see that. Victor Page, you remember him?
Victor Page? Man, shout out to VP, man. I know he had something
I remember
going.
Victor
Went to
Page,
Georgia,
man.
Georgetown.
Page came to
Georgetown.
LA and
Played
gave
with
me
Chuck.
40 points
Victor Page was cold.
on a big crossover attack, dunking.
bad.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah, Victor was
Yeah.
nice. Victor
You know
was
what I'm
He was
saying?
nice,
So
man.
I had
God
to
bless
get
him.
used to that type of brand of basketball.
Yeah.
So DC is more, technical. They had a DC cross, and then obviously New York had the guys with the handle. Couldn't nobody shoot, but everybody had the handle.
he threw a
He
little
got you back.
spicy.
Yo, you got him back.
Talking spicy, talk
that's
that.
what Rick do. He got you back when the thing.
Outside of Stephon Marbury, who had a really good jump shot coming out of who was a point
Kenny
guard?
Anderson.
A jump shot?
Kenny Anderson. Come on, man.
Kenny could
Don't
shoot.
do much.
Kenny, he wasn't a great shooter.
He wasn't a great
He's a
shooter.
decent
Steph probably might be the best point guard shooter out
Well, I
of.
mean, we go old school. We talk about Nate Archibald, Earl of Pearl. I mean, we talk.
They
about
had no
those
3-point
guys.
line and stuff like that, bro. You didn't even go.
My dad can shoot. But anyway, I ain't gonna. Y'all talking real spicy.
No, I ain't saying nothing.
Y'all talking real
I ain't got a
spicy.
dog in that fight.
I tell you the DMV story. I used to work at when I was in college. I worked at BWI Airport. I remember this dude used to come in all the time, and he was like, "Yo, my nephew plays ball, right? 13 years old. So he's sitting there. He used to buy him corrective shoes. We worked at the airport all the time. So I got out to Charlotte. I moved out to Charlotte. I came back because we had a condo in Laurel. I saw him in Silver Spring, and this was like 5 or 6 years later. I'm like, dude. I was like, what's up, man? How you doing, man? He's like, yeah, I'm doing good, man. I was like, yeah, what happened to your nephew? And DC, he said, Shorty, right?
Shorty.
He said, Shorty.
Shorty.
You don't know what my nephew is? And I'm like, nah. I remember you used to tell me he's about it. I said, my nephew, Michael Beasley. I said about Michael Beasley. He was 13. He was like 11, 12 years old. I didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, DMV ball. I mean, like,
Hey,
that's
man.
just it's a DMV story. Yeah, I never knew it was Michael Beasley.
Listen.
Artie, his Uncle Artie.
That
Yep.
should be our next topic, is to talk about which state
I'm
has the best hoopers.
Oh, we done did that. No, I did that on my other podcast.
What state has the best hoopers?
I say, look, you know what time it is. I'm from North Carolina. We are hoop state. I don't care what none of y'all, all the guys from North Carolina, all the guys from California was on my ass. Yo, man, what you mean? Guys from California for sure. New York, Florida. I was like, I don't care about none of that shit. North Carolina is hoop state. That's it.
So what's the top 5 in North Carolina?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Give me your top 5. North Carolina all time.
Oh, all time. Now you interviewing me. Oh, what's up, huh? What's up, Rick? All right, cool. All time. We got Mike.
Of course, number one.
Got James Worthy. Got Sleepy Floyd.
I was sleepy before.
Sleepy Floyd. We got that's 3. We got wait, we talking about high school or just like in general?
All time.
Oh, we got to
From
put
North
like
Carolina.
it's a lot. It's I'm gonna miss some people. I'm sorry. Steph.
That's 4.
I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of crazy. Not crazy, but it's real. Antoine Jameson in there. But then honorable mention Raymond Felton. Well, nah, he from South Carolina. I'm tripping. He from South Carolina. Yeah. Nah, Antoine Jameson in there.
There you go. So what will you say? New York?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're the mecca of everything. I mean, you guys got to come to the Ruckers.
Man, I
to
want
come
to put
see
Stack
us.
in there, but
You guys got to come to the Ruckers to see us. I mean, there's no
You don't even know. Let
all
me-
roads lead to the Rucker, bro. Or you got to go to Dyke.
Who you gonna put in there?
and come play? First of all, Michael
played
Jordan,
in both of
First of all,
them.
Michael Jordan was born in Brooklyn.
Hey, let's stop that.
was there
We're
for
gonna
a hot
stop
second.
there.
It don't
Stop
matter.
that.
Birth
Stop that,
certificate
bro.
says- Birth certificate says Brooklyn. From Brooklyn. Born in Brooklyn.
He was there for like 3 days or something, bro. He came to North
Do you
Carolina.
think he wants to claim
Stop.
Wilmington?
Stop.
Look at
He don't even claim that. His daddy didn't claim it. God bless his daddy.
Michael, yeah, rest in peace. Nah,
His mama though.
my best.
Y'all gotta stop that.
So my best ball players is gonna be different. And some of my best ball players are not even from New York City. It's funny you say Stephon because I used to mimic Stephon. Because Stephon, actually, I think Stephon Marbury above the rim was based on really Stephon.
That was him.
Yeah, and also he got game.
He got game
as well. But Steph was one of my favorite players. A player that I had his jersey, and I was on him before everybody started. Before the documentaries was popping off, was Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
Shout out to him.
No, he's not from New York. I'm just saying.
I'm about to say, bro.
My favorite players. I loved him. I love watching him. I think Dwayne Wade's game is pattern. It can play in any era because I like players that can play in any era. I think Dwayne Wade could play in now, future, past. He would have got off regardless.
Yeah.
I think Penny Hardaway when he was young.
Yes, Lord.
Penny Hardaway was a problem that he was just different. You know what I mean? Penny could do anything. My last player, I think, would have to be probably a shooter. And if I'm gonna go with anything, no. My last player that I just love. I'm talking about the game of just loving how they play. Not saying they were better than anybody. Just like watching them because I feel like they were poetry. Magic Johnson, baby.
No doubt.
Magic
in there.
You could just
You
feel
ain't got Mike in there?
No,
That's
I'm not-
crazy.
No, I will tell you, Mike is the GOAT. To me, he's the GOAT. I'm
Oh,
a
all
Knicks
right,
fan.
all
He
right.
killed me. He killed my life.
See, that's why y'all don't like
But like if you watch like the players I like is like players that you could watch. You could put some music behind them and watch their highlights, the poetry of how they moved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And those players, I feel like they were just fluid in how they moved. You know what I mean? It was pretty to watch them. Like my dad always talks about Nate Archibald and Earl the Pearl. You know, my dad
Tiny
was like,
was nice.
my dad was like, yo, you got to see how we, because back in the days they played with rhythm. You know what I'm saying? It was they wanted to look good and still be able to play. You know what I'm saying? So, but my bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me hear you.
You're 5.
So is this 5 all time or this 5 California?
Well, he went somewhere. I went North Carolina,
I went somewhere else. But you can do 5 California.
you can do 5 California. I did Carolina.
So it's so many guys from Cali. Man.
Yeah, I know. Y'all crazy. Seattle is like that too.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna be biased in North Carolina, but California and Washington, upstate Washington, y'all are like, it's crazy.
Yeah. So you could go old school. You could go Reggie Miller, Gary Payton,
GP.
you know what I'm saying?
Jason Kidd.
Jason
Jesus
Kidd.
One of the best passes of all time, man.
You go Bill Walton. And then when you go new school, you got your Kawhi Leonards, you got your James Hardens, you got your Westbrooks,
What about your
DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan.
What about the
Y'all
sloth?
got some. Ooh, Lord.
You got
Paul Pierce.
They couldn't stop
Yo,
him.
y'all
It
got
was
some.
so
Oh my God, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And like
It's
Cali,
more.
To me, Cali has the best hooper. I'm not.
No,
saying
it's cool,
from-
bro. You should
Nah,
think
you know
that-
what I'm saying?
it's
And North Carolina cool and everything. But
No, it's
bar none
hard to
from top to
compete
bottom.
with.
Cali
That's
got the
crazy.
best hoopers to me of all time.
We just named like 7 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, and we just getting started.
Yeah, we ain't even got into the thing. I don't want to keep going. I don't care.
You done?
Now y'all got some dogs up there. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, man.
Nah,
Yeah.
y'all still got to come to the Rutgers and come play. So anyway,
I played in the Rucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Twice.
You had to go to. How'd you feel when you got? What was it when you got there? How'd you feel?
Hey, bro, I ain't
You
gonna lie.
accomplished something,
Listen,
right?
no, I played. I played well. I had like 26 or something like that, and it feel good. Then you go get the chopped cheese after that.
Yeah,
I'm going 127 third Linux or something.
we
Get
had
the
little
chopped
things.
cheese.
And woke up in the morning and had a Bojangles It was like, yo, I know about the chopped cheese, but it's Bojangles. I had to.
Oh,
I
no,
had
yeah, I
come
had to
back
get
and
the-
be like, nah, you can't mess with no chopped cheese, man.
Nah, man, nah.
New York. Man, what's
trying to tell
what's a known meal in L.A. Like a go-to meal in L.A.
Go-to meal in LA. That's a good question.
Outside Roscoe's, because that's my.
Roscoe's is definitely go-to.
Oh,
but
I love it.
Because LA is so close to the border, it's a huge, Mexican.
Yes.
So Mexican food in LA, man, it's different.
Hit different.
Man. It hit differently. That burrito hit differently. That good burrito hit differently in LA, man.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. That El Pollo Loco out there.
El Pollo Loco is unbelievable.
Cause we got stuff similar to that, but it ain't like that. Yo, out there, boy.
Yes.
I gotta go out there and get 3 boxes.
3 joints.
Yeah, man. I get the wings and get the legs and the thighs. Get 3 boxes with the bread.
So I would say Mexican food. I love Mexican food.
Me too, I do too.
And that's because of just growing up in LA.
Yeah.
We ate it all the time.
So My
My mom made this unbelievable taco casserole.
Your mom do?
Yes.
Where she at? Where she at? We gotta go get that, bro. She here?
Yeah, she here.
We pulling up. Hey, we gotta go to. Hey,
we gotta
go
get up.
Mama Price house, bro. I
look.
need that.
ASAP.
I need
ASAP.
that.
ASAP,
Taco
man.
casserole.
Yo.
No, we gotta get on that.
Yo, because
Rick, I'm calling you.
My kids get tired. I know it don't count, but I go to Chipotle and Moe's, and I go to.
Right.
But when I was working in Dallas, I
hungry
went to this
now.
spot called Choloso.
Yes.
Choloso is
Anything under anything near the border.
Yeah,
It's just
it's different.
good,
It's different.
man.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different.
Man, I'm hungry. Damn, bro. Where the casserole at?
Not my mama biscuits.
Right. Yeah. Crazy.
So all right. So we got our top 5 in every state or whatever. Both of y'all, what was the best game? Well, for you first, what's the best game you ever had? Where you felt like you was just on? Because my dad told me one time he went out to the Bronx and he gave him 45 and he actually told me he was high. It was the best game he ever had in life.
You got crazy.
Because he said in the Bronx they'll foul you a lot. He was from Queens,
Right.
and he had to go out there and beat him up. And my uncle told me the story. But like, what was the one game where you just couldn't miss? You was in the zone.
Yeah, the best game in college I had was against UVA, against Virginia.
Virginia.
They had Harold Dean or Junior Burrow,
Junior
Jamal
Burrow.
Robinson, Courtney Alexander.
Courtney Alexander.
We just went after it, man. Courtney had 30 in that game.
Courtney was.
At Duke, and I
was
had
like
28.
that.
We both had career highs.
Wow.
Yeah.
We was just going back and forth, double overtime game that we ended up, winning. But I just felt like I was in the zone. And the story behind that is, I remember Coach. After every game, you have a team meeting and you watch tape.
Yeah.
You do it to learn from the tape and get better, but also talk about mistakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was my career high game. And I remember Coach was like, "Look, there was a play where I, between the legs, and I made a pass and turned it over."
Yeah.
And he looks at me and says, "Ricky, why are you trying to pass the ball?
Real.
It was your night. Like, we need you to get buckets."
Yeah.
Coach K said that?
Coach K said that. He said, "You had 28 points,
Right.
but really you should have had 40." That's what he told me in the meeting. And as a basketball player, you get so much confidence when you hear your coach big upping you and telling you, "Look, it's okay to shoot. We want you to be aggressive, especially when it's your night."
Right.
And so the confidence he gave me that night propelled me. And this is the motivational tactics that he uses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so by telling me this, he knows that I'm going to be aggressive and stay aggressive. And if we do, we have a better chance of winning. Now imagine telling their other 4 guys that, and the guys off the bench, and let's put it all together. And now everybody's playing at a high level.
Hey, see, that's why he's who he is. You know what I'm saying? Because like he's telling, like, look, Ricky, we need you to be that guy.
Yes,
You know what that would do? Because we essentially we scorers.
of course.
So like if and I played for Coach Paul, he was
And I
trying.
had 28 points. I was
Yeah.
cooking.
Yeah.
He
And he
looks,
wanted you
he
to-
looks me in my eye in front of the team and said, "You should have had 40."
That'll take you somewhere else for the
Come on,
rest of
man.
the day.
The confidence
The
that you
rest of the
get
day.
from that. You should have had 40.
It's like I'm going somewhere else mentally the rest of the season.
Come on, man.
Oh wow.
I played for Coach Paul Hewitt. Shout out to Coach Paul Hewitt. if he'd have told me something like that, and I had 28, I had 28 a lot of times in college. But if I had 28, he said, yo, you should have had 42. What? You know, I'm be on in practice the next day? I'm on one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, for real. It's real.
Crazy.
But I mean, it is what it is, bro. But I'm on one.
Yeah.
But that's dope, though. That is a great, that's really cool. That's cool.
Coach K say that? That's crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
And time after time, he finds moments with certain players during certain times to give you the confidence you need.
What's some of the best? I guess what's something that stood out that he's always said to you, like a slogan or inspirational word, you know?
He really didn't have a lot of slogans. I think it was about the everyday preparation.
Preparation.
The preparation every day. And you hear, you know, Kobe talk about this.
Right.
God rest his soul.
God bless.
You know, it don't happen overnight.
Right.
You got to work at it.
Yeah.
You got to consistently work at it. And when you do that, you see the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And so for us, he was like, look, we just can't show up and be Duke. You know what I'm saying? You got to work at it each and every day. These guys is gunning for you. Georgia Tech gunning for you. Virginia gunning for you.
Hated you.
You know what I'm saying? So how you going to be ready for that type of heat if you're not practicing and competing at a high level each and every day in practice?
Yeah.
Those are the type of things that he would tell us, and it would resonate. It would resonate. And so now you got 10 guys on the team doing that, and now you got a good team.
How about when you were playing in a new recruit would come in, and you ever feel like the heat for your spot sometimes, or
No question. My junior year, we had 6 players for 2 positions.
Who did they recruit? Well, I wouldn't say over you, but who did they recruit behind? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So when I was there, I came in with Trajan Langdon at my position. Jeff Capel was there.
Y'all was nice, bro.
Myself, Chris Collins is there.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then we bring in, everybody's still there, and we bring in Chris Carrawell, Nate James, and Mike Chappelle.
Yep. All right. Mike Chappelle. Oh my God.
Mike Chappelle
bro.
ended up transferring.
Yeah.
Rashawn McLeod plays kind of 3-4-2 a little bit too. So we got
Yeah, I
6
remember him.
guys for 2 positions.
Yeah.
So practice was a fool.
Yeah.
Everybody's competing and fighting and scratching for everything. And so that's where the competitive fire, you know, came into play. And I thought that Coach had over-recruited a little bit, but at the same time, he wanted to breed competitive nature in practice.
Yeah.
And he did that, and it was, you know, made it survival of the fittest. And whoever come out of this, that's who's gonna play.
But see, Coach he was military, so it's like I gotta see it.
I gotta see it.
But I know I can bring anybody in here. So if you don't show me, you gotta go.
and
You
that
know
year
what I'm
we were
saying?
so good.
But y'all was good every year because of that, though.
Yes, our leading scorer, I think Trajan led us in scoring. He only averaged 12 points a game. But
Yeah.
it was 12, 10, 11, 8, 9, 9, 8.
Yeah.
So everybody was, you know what I'm saying, chipping in because we had so many good players.
And Trajan was one of my favorite college players ever. Just because how he could shoot. Like, I used to love that.
Best shooter I ever seen.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
JJ Redick was unbelievable, broke all of his records, but Trajan, man, had a beautiful stroke, soft touch.
I used to mimic his jump shot, bro.
It was just,
I was like 13 years old. I remember
it was pure too.
the best game I had, if you ask me, well, this is AAU. Well, in college, I had like 30-something or something, I don't know. But in AAU, I had like 60, and I was mimicking Trajan. I had like 60 when I was 13. I was trying to shoot it just like him. Like I couldn't even, like before JJ, it was him. You know what I'm saying? But man, y'all had such like just like all y'all was just polished to us. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to go to Carolina my whole life. Yeah, that's the only school I wanted to go to. And then all this stuff happened. Not with me, but like just with the coaching change. And I was like, I'm still going to the ACC. It's gonna happen. I need to see that. I need to see you people. I need to see you.
what was your average? And both of you guys, this question is a good question for both of you guys. What was your average workout like? Like how many shots would you take, like for a workout or whatever? Like you know.
And that's another thing, and you'll attest to this. I mean, people don't realize how hard you have to work. You know, and I heard Kobe speak to the Alabama team, and then Nick Saban chimed in after that. And everybody talks about, all right, so what are your goals? Well, I want to be all conference. I want to be a first round pick. You I want to lead the team in scoring.
Yeah.
All right. And then Nick Saban would say, Coach K would say, okay, that's cool. And I like those goals. But what are you willing to do to get to that point?
Fact.
What sacrifices are you willing to make? And that's why we talk about Kobe, and everybody talks about his work ethic, because, and I talk about this in the book, you know, at times he was a bad father. He was a bad teammate. He was a bad person at times. He was a bad friend. But it's because he was solely focused on being the greatest basketball player of all time.
That's a fact.
He was willing to
He'll tell you
sacrifice
that.
everything
Yep.
for that one thing. You know what I'm saying? And obviously when he retired, he became, you know, girl dad, and he did more with his family because he could. But while he was playing, he had a single focus on killing everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing else mattered to him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so now when you start talking about work ethic and how many shots you take, I didn't take enough. If Kobe is working like that, we didn't take enough.
Yeah.
If Mike is and Steph is work, we didn't take enough. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to tell these kids that I'm training, like, yo, this ain't it. This is not it. If you want to reach these goals and aspirations, you got to work at it.
Hey, that's a fact, brother. I'm going to keep it a bean with you, because I played 10 years through the grace of God, undrafted. You know how that go with the thing. And I left it all out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. I tell the kids that I coach and train, my AAU team as well, I'm like, bro, like you said, yo, that sound good. You wanna do all that. But you gotta show me that you're gonna take it somewhere else mentally to go get that. Cause you gotta be something else. I was something else on that journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not even myself. You get done with the workout, the pickup game, the practice, whatever it is, the training, whatever, the weight room, the whatever it is. And you go home and get out of there, and then you feel like you a different person, because you was different when you was out there in the between them lines. You know what that feel like?
No question.
You got to take yourself somewhere else. You want to be like that. You got to show me that.
Yeah.
Because I've been out there with the guys, the KDs, the Russ, Ricky Prices. I've been out there with the Kobe's, the D Wades. They different in between them lines than they are when they get out of that gym, out of that arena. So you got to take yourself there. You know what I'm saying?
The work ethic is just it's something
Got to
that
be
just,
something else.
it has to be ingrained in you if you want to be great. And we're not just talking basketball.
Talking
It's life too.
Life.
Yeah, you're right.
It's really in every aspect of your life.
Life. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got my young intern over there, and I'm talking to him all the time about
Keith.
yeah.
My boy.
I'm talking to him all the time about, you know, what it's going to take for him to graduate. You know, the sacrifices he's going to have to make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, in these conversations, he's getting it.
Yeah.
And I can see him making those sacrifices. As a result, grades are getting better. You know, midterms right around the corner. Finals will be here in a couple weeks. And now, you know what I'm saying, we got a chance to, you know, turn the corner and really get A's and B's.
Yes.
Let's go.
And in
what's
2
up.
years, we graduating and we on. You know what I'm saying? But if he don't work as hard as he possibly can, you know what I'm saying, at it, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. 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 No, you're definitely right. I feel you on that. I'm glad you came tonight. You know, it was, you know, I have a lot of people that come here. Me and people come here and we interview, and I don't think anybody's bought a mentee. And it shows.
No, it's the first time.
I appreciate that. And,
Yeah.
And having a young man here. Even though his GOAT is not Michael Jordan, we're gonna let that slide. It's Michael. Okay, we have corrected. Okay,
You
we
know
have
what time
corrected.
it
All
is,
right.
man. Leave him
All right,
alone.
all right.
You know what time it
You
is.
know, I'm gonna get you raising them right. But nah, it's just it's good to have you here, my young brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up soon. The book again is called Celebrating Your Wins. Comes out November 8th. It's gonna be available on Amazon and Audible. Now you were telling me and Ann earlier that you actually when you get the Audible, you actually are the voice
Yes.
on the Audible.
Yeah, that's
Now that's huge.
Yeah.
What made you do that? What was the process behind writing the book and also having your voice on the audio?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, to me, doing the audio book is the most gratifying part about this project.
That's dope, man.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the written version is the written version.
Yeah.
But I think when you have your voice to your story, it just means so much more.
Yeah.
And if you speak well, and if you're charismatic, and you have, some of that, diction and all that good stuff, I think people will gravitate to it.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in a situation where if you're listening to the audiobook, you're driving, you need gas, you're gonna drive that thing on E because you don't want to get out the car. You don't want to get out the car. You don't want to get out the car. Because you might miss something.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though you can always go back to whatever part it was.
Right.
Yeah.
But you get the point.
Yeah.
But for me, the biggest thing was narrating and telling my own story, and then having the ability to freelance on it.
Right.
So I'm reading my book, but I can also ad lib. And
Right.
if you self-publish, it's your project.
Yes.
You can do it how you want to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we got music in the background. We got squeaky feet. We got shots going up
that's
with the
hot.
nets. I mean, it's like a movie.
It's a movie.
It's
It's
a
a
movie.
movie in a.
That's what's up.
And so that's my favorite part of the project.
Yeah, man. I'm an audio book guy.
Yeah, I am.
Is that who you are?
Yes, because what turned me on to that was and I'm gonna get yours. I gotta get it. I'm gonna get you. But Prodigy, I read his audio book. I read the regular book on the plane.
Okay.
But the audio book, I was like, because we talked before this. I'm like, I'm doing like how you did. I'm gonna do it one day.
Of course.
And that really inspired me with that. What you saying, what you got the background, like the sound. You know what I'm saying? And I like that, bro. So I can't wait till it comes out, man. November 8th, bro. I can't wait.
It's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. And inspiration comes from all types of places.
So before we
bro.
go, I just want to give I want to give a couple of acknowledgments to the victims of the hurricane.
Yeah, God bless
in
you.
Asheville, Boone, Florida, all the families that were affected and are displaced. We want to give our heartfelt condolences to the people who passed away and the people who are misplaced right now. Definitely praying for you, keeping you in our prayers. If anybody could find, if they could find numbers or whatever to donate and help give, I know my church Elevation is doing that. Please definitely donate clothes, food, water, whatever you can. Hopefully next time I'll have a number so you guys can, donate to that as well. Also, I want to give a rest in peace to Sissy Houston. Whitney Houston's mom passed away.
God bless her.
Yeah, she passed away.
God bless Miss Sissy.
Yep. Thank you for all your achievements and everything you brought. Thanks for your achievements in gospel, as well as bringing your daughter into the world and
Absolutely.
and bringing one of the best artists that we've ever had. And blessed to hear one of the best voices, yours and hers, as well. So I wanted to just give that out before we head up. Now, before I go, I do want to do a hands and feet session.
Here we go.
Because my hands and feet
talking
session
about
is very
beating people
important
up, man.
Now, did you ever have a game where somebody was playing you, or you was about to put hands and feet on somebody?
He from LA, man, so he definitely had a game or two. Something happened.
Something happened when you almost had to put hands and feet on somebody.
Yeah, there's been a couple times. I think most of the fights that I got into was on the blacktop.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
Like high school?
Yeah, high school, middle school. You get to join, you get physical, and then it's that hard foul, and then it's that square up.
Yeah, now it's a squabble potential.
It's that square up.
Teach your hands how to squat.
Right.
Teach your man
Being
how
from
to.
LA, you got to know this.
Yeah.
If you ever get in a fight with somebody and he stopped the fight and go to the car,
I guess a wrap.
Now you gotta go, everybody. Hey,
it's time to
white
go.
man can't jump.
It's time to
They
go.
jumping over the fence.
It's time
Going
to
to
go.
the
If
car,
he ever
get my
leave
other
the joint
gun.
and go to
Yeah,
his car,
yeah.
he's not about to leave.
Nah, real talk, bro.
Nah, that's funny. Once again,
What was your Nah, my bad.
Yeah.
Where you got your best run when you was growing up in LA? Like, what was the best runs at?
Great question.
That's good, man. We had a spot called Hawaiian Gardens. You know, I grew up in LA. You've been to LA before.
Yeah.
So LA is it's a city of about 200 different cities.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, I can't impress upon this enough. You got to leave your bubble. I grew up in the Compton Carson area.
Okay, yeah.
So basketball is basketball there, but you got to go to a different hood.
Yeah.
See how they play.
Yeah.
So now I'm in Lakewood. Now I'm in Venice Beach. Now I'm in Cerritos. Now I'm in South LA.
Right.
Now I'm in North LA. I'm all over the place trying to see. Now I'm at UCLA hooping
Yeah.
with some of the guys over there. I'm over there trying to get it popping because I want
Trying
to
to see what's going on.
what the different run is.
Yeah.
Right.
And the different styles are.
Bro, you remind me so much like my homie, my colleague came out of college the same year, I believe. He might have came out a year before me. Aaron Aflalo. I know he's from Compton.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all related, man, because y'all remind me so much like alike, bro. That was my guy, man.
Aaron's a good guy.
Yeah, man. I love Aaron. Man.
You know what's so weird? Because I always see Ricky be with Stan.
Yeah.
But I have what's so crazy is that I have family in Compton, and what's crazy is that one of my cousins just moved to New York. She's been there for 2 or 3 years now, but she works for Tori's company.
Really?
So she was like. She saw a picture of me and Tori. She's like, "How do you know Tori?" I'm like, "You know, we used to all hang out at, just hang out in the back or whatever, and hang out on Fridays and stuff." She's like, "I want to." I'm like, "It's just Tori, like you know." What I mean? But the company, I didn't know he was that. Yeah. I didn't know, you know. So it's weird. Like we used to all be in the back of Sports One, back in the days, hanging out. But it's a pleasure to for you to be on this platform with me and grace my platform. I'm in forever endeavor to you for being here and doing this for me. I appreciate you, brother, so much, man.
And I appreciate that. I mean, you know, we've been talking about this for a while.
Yes.
And so I knew I was going to come on the show, but I needed more of a reason than just hoop. So now when I had the book coming out, you know, I wanted to obviously, you know, promote the book, but it'll give us an opportunity to, you know, talk shop and, you know, talk some hoops. So.
Yes. And I would definitely interested in doing a part 2 when the book does come out.
Yes.
So we can have it front and center. We're gonna be posting it on Sister Sonia is gonna be on there. Mama Love.
Mama Love.
She's gonna be posting.
Mama Love.
She'll be posting it on. But we're definitely gonna
yelled
do
at
a
me
part
earlier,
2.
but I forgive her.
No, I tell you, slide your ass over now.
I forgive her.
Again, before we lock out, we want to give you the book is called Celebrating Your Wins. It will be out November 8th on Amazon, Audible. Get the book. Please support.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget to support and get
November 8th.
by Ricky Price, the man.
Ricky Price, my brother. Thank you again, bro.
Pleasure,
Yes.
man.
You
Good
know,
to see you, young fella.
always, man. My big dog. You know what time it is. We locked in.
Yes, sir.
My man.
Yes, sir.
My man.
Enjoyed it.
Right.